Hey guys, welcome to another video for the K20 Pro on Phone Ops. Today of course we are talking about the Abex ROG Edition 21.4.29. Now this is not a complete review. I've just installed this ROM 2 to 3 hours back. I've installed PUBG and a bunch of other benchmark applications. So this is the initial impressions in which I will tell you what I have experienced so far. But do stay tuned and subscribe to the channel because we are going to come up with a full gaming review and we will be doing a gaming live stream on this ROM as well. But before we get into all of that, if you haven't already, please subscribe and hit that notification bell icon so that you get notified every time I upload a video. In the description of each video, you will find a link to our Telegram community where we are about to hit 1,000 members, so join us there. Last but not the least, if you think the hard work is worth the effort, please click on the join button and support the channel. Now, without further ado, hello awesome people, welcome to Phone Ops. My name is Kailash. Let's get going. So Abex ROG Edition, it's been a very long time. They have actually released an update and I have tried this because remember there are very few MIUI based ROM which I recommend to people for gaming, but now things are changing, especially since the time I experienced Elite ROM Plus on the Pocophone F1, and yes, this is the brand new Mi 10T Pro, so a lot of stuff coming on this boy as well because this will be unlocked tomorrow. Nonetheless, what we are talking about is Abex ROG. This is the version MIUI 12. It says MIUI 12 over here, but it is actually based on MIUI 12.5. The size is around 2.82 gigabytes, so make sure you have enough data if you're downloading over mobile data. And it says required clean flash if you are also on old one, DFE required. Always make an Android backup, be safe, and this is a special thanks to and everything else. You do have 210 comments there, so very active community there. Now if you go to the change log and hit open, let's see what all we have over here. All right, so you know, this is everything that you have: fixed access point names, this, that, and you have a long change log, as you can see over here, along with screenshots, changes for new ROG edition, new logo, new status bar icons, new themes, new fonts, new wallpapers, blur notifications panel, improved smoothness, improved performance. That is what really matters for me, because remember, what I would like to share over here is MIUI on its own already has a lot of, you know, look based or theme based changes. So what we are looking for is added performance when it comes to MIUI ROMs which are custom. Added new charging animations, fixed long booting time, I can agree with that. Added more, some preferred L3 network types and stuff like that. So on the K20 Pro, it says based on Xiaomi.eu, phone app color numbers, new colors for volume panel and power menu, haptics have been improved, sort of there. Touch response has been improved. I'll comment on that in my full review. Removed all junk applications, definitely agree there. Vendor side changes, smoothness increase, and more. One, if charging animation won't work, I don't know what this really means. These are the screenshots, but we don't really need the screenshots because we are on the ROM itself. Now as you can see over here, I am on my secondary Gmail ID, so I don't really have all my personal applications over here. But right off the bat, I will tell you this ROM is definitely smoother than the stock MIUI 12.0.5. Now a word of caution over here: when you install this, first of all, as suggested in the changelog or the description of the ROM, you have to do a clean flash. So I used Orange Fox, do a format data, reboot recovery, wipe everything including vendor, flash just this file, and if you want to stay decrypted, flash DFE. I did not flash it, I did not flash my disk, and then boot, and bam, in the next 2 to 3 minutes you should be good to go. And give it like good 10-15 minutes to settle down. You will notice that when you set up the phone is lagging, it's heating, it's doing all sorts of things. So remember, this is a clean flash and there are a hell lot of changes that they have done. So for the phone to accommodate and install everything in the background, it takes time. So you know, give it time to settle down, and then once the phone is settled down and cooled down, charge it completely, and then you can see the amazing performance. Now the reason I say amazing performance is not because of benchmark numbers, not because of, you know, some gaming that I've done. I've not done any gaming yet, all right? But I'll tell you something. they introduced the control center, this one. All right, now there are very few devices from Xiaomi that I've seen who can pull down the control center with this smoothness. Now, as you can see over here, there is no lag whatsoever, and to me it is something really nice. Now, the reason I went ahead and installed this was because a lot of you on the channel told me today in terms of comments that install it, try it, make a stream on it. So here we are, installed it, trying it, and now as you can see over here, the smoothness is there. Even if you go to the left, you do have Google Discover as an option, and even the app drawer is smooth AF and really quick. Now, another thing is, you know, when I said that I agree that the bloatware is removed, absolutely right. There are very few applications. It is de-bloated AF, and I really like it. Now, not to say that, you know, this ROM doesn't have any bugs. There might be some bugs, all right? But understand, these are initial impressions. This is not a complete review, as I said. But nonetheless, let's have a look over here. So if you talk about app launch animations, they are there. They work just fine. If you go to settings and if you go to about, you have the Abex ROG logo over there. This is reflected as a Mi 9T Pro and 4000 milliamp hour battery. If you go to all specifications, your security patch is the 1st of May and it says MIUI 12.6. So it has all the goodies and all the features of MIUI 12.5 is pretty much something that I can already confirm. Now, as you can see over here, this wallpaper is working great. Now, we are talking about a super wallpaper over here, all right? But if you double tap over here or if you unlock this, there you go. So the animations are very subtle. It really works well. I've not had any problems. Somebody really told me to check the 48 megapixel mode. So let's go to the details over here. Now, just a moment. Now, the size of this picture is 15 megabytes. So the 48 megapixel mode is working fine. And as you can see, the brightness slider and everything else is working fine. Now, the other things we will come to know in the live stream as to how does it perform and how does it not perform. And when we are talking about performance, I would like to give you my first impression as to the UI slick and, you know, it being smooth, fast and working as expected is something I'm really impressed with. Now, I'll tell you this, in the past I have reviewed this ROM and I was the one to say that they claim it to be a gaming ROM, but it's not performing like a gaming ROM. This time I have expectations because it looks like the UI is really fast and really smooth. Now, what that also gives us is to expect from MIUI 12.5. Now, remember, we have the Mi 10T. So this is one of the first devices which will get official 12.5. And back in the day when we tried MIUI 12.5 on the K20 Pro, the China beta, the performance was amazing, almost on the level of custom ROM. Now, when we talk about performance, there are a couple of benchmark applications that we can go ahead and have a look at. First of all, Antutu benchmark. Now remember, the phone was switched off and kept off for 10 minutes before doing this particular run. 5,17,468. Now I know you have seen scores which are better than this, but it is what it is. I did not include gaming mode in this. Even if we go to Geekbench and you go to history, 700 single core, 2671 multi-core. So the benchmark numbers are not really there when it comes to performance or, you know, something extremely high and stuff like that. No. So we will come to know that in the full review. I don't even know if I should make a full review because in this we are pretty much covering everything, and in the gaming live stream 90% of y'all will get your answer whether you need to flash this or not. But yes, let's give them credit where they deserve, right? Because they have said that they have improved the performance. I see that, but they have done a lot of work on the UI. Now, as you can see over here in settings, it is a completely revamped interface. It sort of looks like MIUI 12, but it takes a lot of inspiration and cues from MIUI 12.5, and that is what I like. You do have the Android 10 gestures over here. You do have Google Discover to the left. You do have everything that is working smooth. Even if you look at this over here, see this? Smooth as butter. Now that is what I'm talking about. If you're going to make a phone which has a 855 and perform like this, even after 1.5, 2 years of launching, it's really good. And most of the UI elements are absolutely smooth. They are working just fine. I have not tested, the safety net or the Widevine L1 certification or Amazon Prime HD video and stuff. So we will test that at a later time. But for now, what I can say is they have done a lot of changes. You should definitely give this a try if you don't really hate MIUI 12.5 or MIUI as a whole, because as I said, it is a straight and simple flash. It is, a stock based ROM. That means all the camera features and everything that you expect works amazingly well. The camera works amazingly well, excuse me there. But, all in all, I can say that the performance for daily use is much better. Apart from this, if gaming is your forte, you really want to see how it games, maybe today or tomorrow I will do a live stream using this phone, because in the last few days we've been streaming through the Mi 10T and the Poco F1 is back to the channel as well. So tomorrow we will have a video on Fluid ROM, the latest one for the Pocophone F1. For now, initial impressions of ROG ROM latest version, pretty solid. You should definitely try it. Let me know the things that you want me to include in the full review. I have Saeed from the group who has told me a set of things like AccuBattery check, performance check, throttling check. So we are coming with a complete new way of reviewing ROMs, in which performance will be the core way of analyzing a phone's performance or a ROM's performance. So wait for a week, that is in the works, that should come out soon. For now, let me know in the comment section what did you think about this video, and wait for the live stream. Until the next one, this is Kailash signing off at PhoneOps. Keep smiling, take care, goodbye.